viewers, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Friday Flex. My name is Micheline Navatises and I will be your host today. We have something up our sleeve today, but I'll just not give it away. Let's have a look at this video to see what my zone is all about. So, as I've said, we have something up our sleeve for today, and we're focusing all on tourism and why we need to visit our country, different places in our country to actually explore our country. As Mufaro Nesongano, said that it's really sad, for Namibians not to explore their own country. So I will share on this platform just for you, because you guys are special, a few different places in Namibia that you can visit at your own pace, just to explore your country, so that you can actually see the beauties of the beautiful places that we have in our land. So first up on the list, as I can just start with the introduction, is, as you have seen in our supplement for this week, we featured a few different places. So Namibia is an arid rough land full of contrasts, but still inviting and easy to travel. Okay, it is a top destination for those who enjoy nature, landscapes, spectacular sand dunes, and first-class wildlife viewing. I agree with that statement. You can go to Etosha National Park to see all the wildlife there. You won't regret it. Okay. Namibia has some beautiful, unique and extraordinary scenery. Attractions abound and activities are limitless. Okay, the entire journey is bound to be an extraordinary attraction. Just driving through the country will be an experience just by itself. Just driving through, guys, will be an experience which is quite unlike, and you've never had that scenery before in your life. So first up, we have Etosha National Park, which is centered in the vast Etosha salt pan. The pan itself is usually dry and only fills with water briefly in the summer season, but is enough to stimulate the growth of a blue-green algae, which lures thousands of flamingos. What a beautiful scene. Imagine you come up to the pan and you see beautiful flamingos there. Wow, breathtaking, I must say. Okay, and most of the wildlife, including elephants, rhinoceros, and huge herds of zebras, different antelopes, can be seen around the waterholes which border the pen. Now, Etosha is served by 3 well-established rest camps and offers a great self-drive safari experience. When you visit mostly the lodges or rest camps, you'll see that there are always activities that include hiking, game drive. So make sure you get on that car of the game drive just to enjoy the scenery of the wildlife, which you can also get a chance to play with, for example the elephant. Okay, and the next up on the list, we have the Fish River Canyon, which is in the southern part of Namibia and is second only in the grandeur of the Grand Canyon in Arizona. How cool is that? So it is absolutely magnificent and breathtaking in its immensity, and the canyon features a gigantic ravine. In total, about 160 kilometers that we're talking about here. It's 160 kilometers long and 27 kilometers wide, while reaching down up to 550 meters. Wow, that's deep, hey? So now, because the Fish River Canyon is being dammed upstream, it does not flow full breath permanently. Okay, next up we head to Sossusvlei, which is located in the Namib Desert. And it's a big play clan which is surrounded by the gigantic red sand dunes. Now just imagine yourself, you've never been to Sossusvlei before, but just the sound of this already makes you have an idea of how beautiful it is. Now the Togap River flows from the No-Kluft mountain range into and through the desert. Now during its rare flooding, it waters the vegetation that survives in the clay soil. During sunrise and sunset, the colors of the sand dunes are constantly changing. How beautiful is that? Imagine constantly changing, guys. And it provides an unraveled photo opportunities to photographers. So if you're a top-class photographer, if you want to upskill your skills, your photography skills, head over to Sossusvlei, or if you find yourself there, take out your phone, take out your camera and practice, as the color changes of the dunes. And the fierce desert winds continually alter the shape and texture of the dunes. So first of all, it just doesn't change color. The wind that has a breeze over it also just changes the shapes of the dunes. Okay. Next up, we have Cape Cross, which is situated 120 kilometers north of Swakopmund. Now, Cape Cross is home to one of the largest colonies of Cape fur seals in the world. The surrounding area was proclaimed a reserve in 1968 to protect the biggest and best known of the 23 colonies of Cape fur seals which breed along the coast of South Africa and Namibia. Now, during the November-December breeding season, as many as 150,000 seals gather at the Cape Cross. So if you have time on your hands, please head over to Cape Cross to see the different breed of seals we have here. Next up, we'll move to Swakopmund, which is Namibia's second largest coastal town and a popular beach resort for Namibians on holiday. Now, the city's German origins are quite pronounced in beautiful old German colonial style buildings throughout the town, creating a stark contrast with the Namib Desert, which starts at the town's boundaries. Okay. Now, the nearby sand dunes provide activities such as sandboarding, horse riding, quad biking. As you've seen, maybe if you drive from Swakopmund to Walvis, you see on the side hand as you're driving, it's not quiet. There are always activities happening. You can go for camel riding, for sandboarding, as it was mentioned, and yeah. Next up, we have Spitskopje, which is nicknamed the Matterhorn of Namibia. And it is a group of bald granite peaks in the Namib Desert. Now, two of which can be seen from afar at a height of 1,728 meters. The highest peak stands about 700 meters higher than the surrounding flat desert. Now, the Spitskopje is not a mountain forced up out of a rock, but rather a mountain which is formed by millions of years of erosion in the surrounding area. Okay, next up, wow, okay. Next up, we have Zambezi region, which was previously known as the Caprivi Strip. Now, the Zambezi region is a narrow strip of land between Botswana on the south, Angola and Zambia to the north, and Namibia's Okavango regions to the west. Now, the Zambezi region is the wettest region in Namibia in terms of rainfall, as well as a number of major rivers like the Okavango, Kwando, and Zambezi rivers that flow in or through it. The abundance of water sustains a large variety of animals, including large populations of elephant and buffalo. Yes, and the wildlife is being protected in 4 reserves. Now, there, however, no fences allowing animals to roam freely as at the Etosha National Park. Across the borders to neighboring. This is because it is across the borders to neighboring countries. Now, the area is part of the Greater Kavango Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Area, simply known as CASA, which includes conservancies in Namibia, Botswana, Angola, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Next up, we head over to Skeleton Coast, which is found along the northern stretch of Namibia's Atlantic coast, ocean coast of Namibia, and is part of Namibia's desert. Now, dense fogs, mighty storms, and violent surf caused many ships in the past to run around along the Skeleton Coast, and the desolate coastline has become known as the world's biggest ship graveyard. Now, those who were shipwrecked and managed to swim through the heavy surf and reach the coast still had to face the waterless, hostile coastal desert. Now, the coast north of Terrace Bay, which is dominated by high sand dunes, is regarded as the most attractive stretch of the Skeleton Coast. And then we look at Tweefontein, which is located in the northwestern Namibia, and it prides itself of the largest concentration of rock engravings in Africa. Pam, pam, pam. Okay, let me start over. Next up, we have Tweefontein, located in the northwestern Namibia. Now, Tweefontein proudly prides itself of the largest concentration of rock engravings in Africa. How beautiful is that? Most of the Bushman art was created more than 6,000 years ago by ancient sand. Now, the rock art engravings were made by cutting through the hard surface layer of sandstone and depict animals such as rhinoceros, elephant, ostrich, you name it, as well as human and animal footprints. Imagine cutting out layers and layers of rocks just to have this beautiful picture at the end of the day. Now, I must say that the sand people were very well cutting people, because just imagine taking how long that will take just to get a nice perfected picture out of it. Next up, we have Kolmanskop, which is known as the ghost town in the Namib Desert. Now, a couple of kilometers inland from the port town of Ludritz, many Germans settled in this area after a diamond was found along the railway line at Grassplatz in 1908. Now, driven by the enormous wealth of the first diamond miners, the residents built Kolmanskop in the architectural style of a German town with amenities and institutions, including a hospital, ballroom, school, casino, as well as the first tram in Africa. Now, the forces of the desert are claiming back this area. Thus, tourists now have to work through deep sand when exploring the old houses that try to stem this nature. Now, if you've been to Kolmanskop, you'll see a house that doesn't have windows, it's just open. The paint is cracking from the walls of the house. It's just a beautiful scenery. When you enter that house, you see the dunes, a lot of sand in that house, and you can go there and exhaust yourself with a beautiful photo shoot. You guys should really, really, really visit Kolmanskop. It's a nice place. Okay, and the list of destinations have been compiled by Touropia, which regularly features the most amazing sites around the world, which are divided in the best of lists. Thank you to Touropia for coming up with this awesome list. It is indeed true, and they all deserve to be on this list. Now, do not forget that we have the Namibia Tourism Expo, which is taking place next week. I'm excited to see y'all because I've been talking about this all week, or all the other episodes. We are having our Namibia Tourism Expo from the 4th till the 7th of November at SKW. The general tickets are available, entertainment tickets are available. We have a guest list lined up for you. We have someone coming or flying in rather from South Africa. I will not give away his name. If you want to see him, join us so that we can have a blessed day. See you there.